War of the Worlds. Aliens have come to Earth. For us. Can they be stopped? Scene 1, The Road to Leatherhead, 1894.
Henry and Clara sit in a horse-drawn cart as it rattles down a dirt road.
Behind them, plumes of smoke stretch into the air. The entire world is on fire.
If we can get to Leatherhead, we will be safe. We must keep hope.
Do you really have to return home to Mayberry? We barely got out alive.
I must go back to help the fight.
It's too dangerous. I couldn't bear to lose you.
I will return, Clara. I promise.
Scene 2, Mayberry, the day before.
It's a tranquil night in the village of Mayberry.
Henry and Clara out for an evening stroll.
What they don't know, what no one knows, is the earth is being watched.
As humans go about their lives, powerful beings from another planet are looking down.
They observe Earth's verdant lands and sparkling blue seas with great envy.
What's that hissing sound?
Look!
A flaming object blazes through the sky.
It must be a meteor.
The object crashes in the distance. Henry and Clara walk toward the crash.
After a mile or so, they come to a massive smoldering pit in the middle of a field.
Ollie, an astronomer, stares down into it.
Hi there, Ollie. Looks like you found the meteor.
I don't think it's a meteor. See the cylindrical shape? How odd. It must be 90 feet around. I believe it is from another planet. A few nights ago, I was looking through my telescope and I saw a red flash moving from Mars toward Earth at great speed.
Really? That's incredible.
More people arrive.
What is that thing?
It may be from Mars.
What nonsense.
A scratching sound comes from the cylinder. The crowd freezes.
A chunk of crust falls off one end.
This is no meteor.
The end of the cylinder unscrews from the inside and falls to the ground with a clang.
Something is coming out!
You look like black snakes.
Those aren't snakes. Those are tentacles.
A gray mass about the size of a bear rises from the cylinder. It has two dark eyes and its skin glistens like wet leather.
Look how the creature's body heaves as it tries to breathe. It must not be accustomed to our atmosphere.
The alien topples over and falls into the pit.
Or our gravity.
Another creature appears at the cylinder's opening, saliva dripping from its lipless mouth.
They are monsters, run!
Everyone begins to flee.
Don't be afraid. How can they harm us when they can barely move?
Henry and Clara climb Mayberry Hill, which overlooks the field. They have a good view of the pit.
Did you see its horrible eyes?
I did, and yet actual creatures from Mars? I am a background of pure curiosity.
Thin black tentacles whip up from the pit.
The sound of hammering echoes in the field.
The creatures seem to be building something.
Henry and Clara watch Ollie and a group of other scientists approach the pit. They wave a white flag.
A humped shape rises slowly.
Then a blinding flash of light.
Flames shoot at the men. They fall to the ground.
No!
Scene 3. Claire and Henry's house, the next morning.
Clara and Henry stand dazed in front of their house.
A neighbor walks by.
What's the trouble? You two look like you've seen a ghost.
Naughty ghost. Martians!
Oh yes, I heard it all seems so silly.
They shoot fire.
Ridiculous.
The creature burned everything in its path. Have you ever heard of such a horrible weapon?
No, but how much damage can they do if they're stuck in a hole?
The milkman comes by.
What's the latest news?
Another cylinder fell near the woods.
Clara shudders.
No need to worry. Our troops have them surrounded. Those brainless blobs are no match for us.
Pop! Pop! Pop!
See? That's our boys firing their guns.
The battle has begun.
Thousands of armed men against a couple of helpless creatures.
It hardly seems like a fair fight.
A violent crash shakes the ground.
I don't think we should stay here.
Where can we go?
To my cousin in Leatherhead. Go pack our valuables. I will borrow a horse and cart.
We must warn the neighbors.
The tops of the nearby trees burst into flames.
There's no time. We need to go. Now!
Scene 4. The road away from Leatherhead that evening.
Henry takes the horse-drawn cart back toward Mayberry. He has left Clara in Leatherhead.
The sky in the distance glows orange.
Maybe I should have stayed with Clara.
A strange silhouette approaches. A huge metal tripod taller than a house strides down the road.
On its top is a hood that twists to and fro, shooting fire at everything that moves.
Henry dives into the bushes. The horse gallops down the road, dragging the cart behind.
A ray of fire shoots out from the tripod. The car explodes.
Henry stays hidden as the machine passes by.
A soldier stumbles by. Henry steps forward.
Sir, what happened?
We were about to fire upon this cylinder. My horse stumbled and threw me into a hole. I heard an explosion, and everything around me was burnt to a crisp.
What horror, but how did you survive?
I stayed there hidden as other troops rushed toward the pit. I watched as they were all swept out of existence.
I am sorry for you.
Be sorry for all of us. We've got reports that Martians invaded London and that the city will soon fall.
What was that tripod I saw?
An indestructible fighting machine. The Martians climbed inside and roamed anywhere they want.
And Mayberry. What of Mayberry?
Mayberry burns, as does, I fear, the world. We are no longer...
Scene 5, on the road.
Henry turns back to Leatherhead. He passes troops digging trenches and getting into firing position.
Those guns won't stop the Martians. It's like shooting arrows at lightning.
And the next time, people will casually pack their things.
Men and women look sharp in their pressed suits and dresses. Laughing children run around among the carts and carriages.
Don't you know what's over there?
Henry points in the direction of Mayberry.
Death! Death is coming!
A woman looks at him with pity.
Poor man, he's gone mad.
The Army's got things under control. We just need to get out of their way so they can do their job.
You aren't listening. You all need to go. Now, leave your belongings and run for your lives.
The people ignore Henry, so he continues on.
Henry sees a man sitting in the dirt weeping.
This is the end of us.
Keep your head up, good man. There's still hope.
Hope, the Martians are invulnerable.
It might seem like that, but I know we'll find a way. There are millions of us. We can beat them.
Pop! 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 More gunfire.
Henry sees the tripod in the distance. Then everything goes eerily quiet.
What is happening?
An inky black cloud spreads over the valley.
Poison gas! Run!
The men scramble to get away.
They run to the next village where they break into an empty house and hide.
It's no use, we're doomed.
There is a blinding flash of green light, followed by a massive thud.
Glass shatters, pieces of ceilings rain down.
Are you all right?
Yes, I think so.
Joe gets up, crackling the glass on the floor.
Shh, quiet. The Martians may be near.
The men remain still until dawn. Light filters through a hole in the wall.
Henry puts his eye up to it.
Another cylinder is struck right of this house. A Martian is standing guard, and what's that? A metal cage full of
What? Full of what?
people. They're collecting people, and
Henry gasps.
God save us. The Martians are taking blood from the humans and injecting it into their veins. They're feeding on us.
Joe drops his head into his hands, moaning.
Scene 6, the same house, 1 week later.
Joe and Henry, now haggard and dirty, are still hiding. A small pile of food sits between them.
Henry peers through the hole.
The ground is covered in a strange red weed. It's like they're trying to turn Earth into Mars.
Who cares? We're going to starve here.
Don't give up. We have a chance of surviving if we stay in this house until the Martians move on.
What is the point of surviving? What kind of world will be left?
I must survive to give back to my Clara.
Suddenly, Joe pounces on the food. He shoves a fistful of bread into his mouth.
We agreed to ration that food.
I'm hungry.
We have to be smart so we can win this war.
This isn't a war anymore, then. There's war between man and ants.
Keep your voice down.
Joe throws the stale bread on the floor.
Enough! I've had enough!
Hush, they'll hear us.
Enough!
Joe runs towards the door.
Just let it be over!
Henry tries but fails to stop Joe from leaving.
Henry watches through the hole and the wall as Joe is swept up into one of those cages.
Scene 7, the same house, 2 days later.
Henry awakens from a deep sleep. All is silent.
He crawls to the hole in the wall.
I see the tripods, but why aren't they moving?
Henry climbs out, squinting in the light of day.
Everything as far as he can see is overgrown with red weeds.
And scattered among the weeds are Martians, dead.
Can it be that the torment is over?
Dazed, Henry makes his way back to Leatherhead.
He arrives to find the village obliterated.
My last man on Earth?
Henry slowly walks back to Mayberry, passing blackened skeletons of buildings.
But when he arrives at his house, he finds it is still standing. He staggers inside, passing from room to room, touching furniture, pictures, curtains.
Suddenly, he hears a voice outside.
No one is here. I'm so sorry, Clara.
Henry runs out the door, and there stands Clara, alive and well.
Oh, Henry, everyone said you're dead, but I knew. I just knew.
They collapse into each other's arms.
The Martians are all dead, but how can it be?
Some kind of human disease killed them.
They had no defense against our germs.
The three humans stand in silence, stunned as the sky goes orange from the setting sun.